Her request seemed simple enough. She had walked into the armory, a steady stride and eyes that did not waver, and asked for a rifle. The officers and soldiers around her paused. A few smirked. One of the generals, leaning against a crate, raised an eyebrow and asked if she was joking. What city are you watching from today? If this story resonated with you, hit subscribe for more stories about extraordinary people. Her answer was quiet, firm, and unmistakable. She needed that rifle for training, and she expected to handle it as she would any other weapon in her possession. The room reacted with a mixture of disbelief and amusement. Some laughed outright. Others whispered, shaking their heads as if a young woman could not possibly match the expertise required to carry such responsibility. Her name was Lieutenant Kara Mercer. She was known among her peers for her discipline, her calm precision, and a quiet intensity that few dared to challenge. Yet today, in the heart of this military facility, she was being tested in a way that had nothing to do with skill and everything to do with perception. The armory smelled of oil and metal. Rows of rifles gleamed under the harsh fluorescent lights. She ran her hand along the polished surface of the weapon she requested, fingers steady, eyes scanning the room. The laughter and murmurs of doubt pressed against her like a storm, but she remained unflinching. She had faced worse than disbelief. She had faced death. Training drills were underway. Soldiers were paired, weapons in hand, tactics explained in detail. She moved with them, her movements precise, every step calculated. When it came time to demonstrate the rifle, those who had mocked her gathered around, expecting a mistake. She did not make one. Every stance was perfect, every shot deliberate. Her aim never faltered, her focus never broke. But still, some of the soldiers whispered. They could not reconcile her youth, her calm demeanor, with the power of the weapon in her hands. Days passed. The mockery did not stop, but neither did she. She trained with the same unwavering intensity, every day refining her skills, pushing herself beyond the limits of exhaustion. She remained quiet, letting her actions speak. While the whispers followed her like shadows dart, it was during a routine evaluation that everything changed. The general, the same man who had raised his eyebrow and doubted her request, was observing. He watched as she handled the rifle with a precision that was almost surgical. Every movement had purpose, every adjustment calculated. Her confidence was not loud or boastful. It was undeniable. When the evaluation concluded, she set the rifle down. Her jacket fell slightly to the side, revealing a mark on her forearm. It was small, subtle, yet impossible to ignore. A tattoo, carefully inked and deliberate, a symbol known only to a select few. The mark was a legacy of skill, a sign that she was not merely a lieutenant, not merely a soldier, but one of the few who had earned the designation of Black Talon. The general's eyes widened, his expression unreadable for a long moment. Then he nodded, almost imperceptibly, and quietly spoke the words that silenced the room. Black Talon, the soldiers who had mocked her before stood frozen. The whispers died. Respect replaced doubt, and awe replaced laughter. She did not raise her voice to claim recognition. She did not demand acknowledgement. The truth had revealed itself in its own time. Her skill, her courage, her training, and the mark on her arm spoke louder than any argument, any explanation, or any attempt at proving herself dot in that moment. She realized that the power of perception could not outweigh the weight of truth. Those who doubted her were forced to confront their assumptions, to see that courage and competence are not always loud or flashy. Sometimes they are quiet, unwavering, and unyielding. Her request for a rifle had been more than a simple ask. It had been a statement. She would not be diminished, underestimated, or dismissed. Every day after that, her peers treated her with the respect she had earned long before they knew it existed. The moral of her story is clear. True skill and dedication cannot be faked, cannot be argued away, and cannot be denied. Recognition may come slowly and sometimes only in a moment of revelation, but it always comes to those who persist with integrity and focus. Lieutenant, Kara Mercer carried her rifle with the same calm authority she carried herself. She never sought applause, never demanded accolades. Yet when the world finally noticed, it did so with a reverence that could not be ignored. She had turned skepticism into respect, mockery into admiration, and doubt into acknowledgement. What did this story make you feel? Where are you watching from? Subscribe to Soul Relief Stories for more real stories that heal the heart.